Hello student, I hope you all are doing very well. So today we will start our biology chapter, that is diversity in living organism. Before starting this chapter, I want to tell you that as we are going out or we'll see around us, there are so many living things are there. So these living things are having some of the characteristics. So each and everyone is having a different characteristic. So we have to study all these things. So after that means what, when we are going to study all these things, and there's so many things are there. So what we have to do, we have to means what, keep them in a group. So what that one is, what keeping in a group is called the classification. So on the basis of similarities and differences, it is essential to make means what, the group. Then in a group only we are going to means what, discuss that what they are having their similarities and the differences. First we will take the living organism. Diversity in the living organism means what, biodiversity. If you are going to take the biodiversity, that means what, bio is the living things. Living things. And diversity is variety. So what thing is there? Variety of the organisms are there. These organisms are what we are making in a group, and that only what, on the basis of the similarities and the differences. Now we will say that why the classification is means what, very essential or very necessary. If we are going to take this one, that means what, it is essential to make our studies simple and very easy only. That's why we are means what, doing the classification. Now if the classification is there, that means what, on the evolution basis only we are doing the classification, because as means what is evolution? That changes occur in biological nature, that is only called the evolution. Now take one example, like means what, in us only, that is means what, we came from means what, apes to the human beings. So there is what, lots of the changes has taken place. So the cell is what, from the simple to the complex. That is, if I'll give one example of the mobile only, you have seen that the previously mobile which we people were using, that time means what, it means what, a bigger in size and having the antenna. But after that means what, some of the technology has developed and we got means what, some improved type of mobile. And these mobiles only what came to now means what, is as a smartphone. So first means what, we will take the living organisms. Now these living organisms means what, on the cell type we are means what, dividing into two. One is means the prokaryotic and another one is the eukaryotic. Okay. Now prokaryotic is means what, it is the primitive one. Primitive, which is having what, incomplete cell. Okay, incomplete cell. Another one is what, eukaryotic, that one we will see the later on only. Now first means what, if we are going to take the living organism, these living organisms are divided into 5 kingdoms. So 5 kingdoms, in that first one is the Monera. This Monera means what, in this all comes means what, example, all the bacterias. Okay. Now if you are going to take the examples of the bacteria, that is means there we can take the mycoplasm and cyanobacteria. These two are the examples of the bacteria. Now first we take the characteristics of means what, Monera. So first characteristics of Monera is means what, already we got means what, prokaryotic. That is means what thing, we can say that the primitive one. Okay, primitive cell. Primitive one. Another means what, we are going to take that the second characteristics is no membrane bound organelles. Okay, second one is means what thing? There is no membrane bound organelles are there. Third one is means what? There is the single chromosome. Single chromosome. Okay, single chromosome is there. Another one is means what? The nucleus is not well defined. Nucleus not well defined. Okay, so what thing is, and another one is means the fifth is the size of the cell is small. Okay, so what thing is there? Monera is means the first type of means what? The kingdom in which all are coming in a primitive type. That is, first characteristics is the primitive one. Another one is means what? No membrane bound cell organelles are there. And another one is the single chromosome, nucleus not well defined, size of the cell is the small. So these are means the all the characteristics which comes in the Monera. Now we'll go to the eukaryotic, and basically means what? This prokaryotic is the unicellular. Unicellular. Now if you are going to take the eukaryotic, that means what thing? The eukaryotic is means what? Coming into two. One is the unicellular. Another one is the multicellular. Okay, these twos are coming. So from the unicellular, the eukaryotic, we are getting what? The second kingdom, that is the protista. Okay, so in this protista, if you are taking the unicellular, so example for amoeba. Then come the paramecium. And third one comes the euglena. So these threes are coming means what? In the unicellular organisms. Now if you are going to take the eukaryotic, that means what? All the characteristics which are present here, that one will somewhat different there. Like primitive is means what? There will be the advanced one. Okay, so what we will write? That advanced cell. Okay, another one is a no membrane bound organelles are there, but what if you are going to take the eukaryotic, that means what thing is there? The membrane bound organelles are present. Then here is a single chromosome, but in eukaryotic is what thing is there? There is already more than one chromosome is present. Nucleus not well defined here, but there is what? The nucleus is very well defined. Size of the cell is small, but in eukaryotic the size of the cell is means what? Large is there. So second one means what? The second kingdom we are means what? Going to take the what? Protista. Now what are the characteristics of the protista? There is means what? That already means what? You can say that first one is the eukaryotic. That we already getting from the here only. Second one is means what? It is unicellular, which we are getting from here, the characteristic. Unicellular. Third one is means what? There is the locomotion. Locomotion means moving from one place to another. As we are going to take the amoeba is having means what? There is a one type of false foot, that is the pseudopodia. With the help of pseudopodia only the amoebas are moving. And this one is what? The paramecium, which is means what? The slipper shape. Like this. They are having the, what thing is this one? Cilia. With the help of cilia they are moving, and the euglena, which is having what? That flagella. Okay, so these are means what? The locomotion is there. The locomotion means what? With the help of all these things, they are moving from one place to Another fourth property is what thing? There is means what? The mode of nutrition. Mode of nutrition. Now if you are going to take the mode of nutrition, maybe it is autotrophic or it is heterotrophic is there. If you are going to take the autotrophic, you all know that means what? They can make their own food. As means what? All means you can say that to those who are possessing the photosynthesis characteristics. Another one is the heterotrophic. That means what? They are indirectly depending on the others, means on the photosynthetic one. So these are means what? The characteristics of the protista. Now we'll go to means what? The multicellular. If you are going to the multicellular, that means what? There are the two. Okay. Multicellular means the two. That is means what? With cell wall. With cell wall. And this one is without cell wall. Okay, these two are coming. So when we are means what? Making like this one cell wall and without cell wall, that means the cell wall is again into two. One is the non-photosynthetic and another one is the photosynthetic. Okay, these are means the two. If we are means what? Taking this one non-photosynthetic, that means what? We are getting the third kingdom, that is the fungi. Okay, now if you are going to take the fungi, that means you can take the example here, that is the yeast, and another one is the mushroom. Okay. Now what are the characteristics which are means in the non-photosynthetics, that is the fungi? First one is what we are getting, that is already it is eukaryotic. Okay. Eukaryotic we are getting. Another we are getting that it is means what? That multicellular. Number two is the multicellular. Okay. Now third one is what? That it's a mode of nutrition. That is means what? We are getting it's a heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Trophic nutrition. Okay. Now if heterotrophic nutrition means what? They are taking the food from the others. But here is what? The fungi is there. So fungi is means what? Already they are the saprophytic. Saprophytic. That means what? They are taking the food from the dead end decay matter. Okay, this one all we have studied in the previous chapter only. That's why we know this thing, that saprophytic nutrition they are taking. Now if you are going to take us means what? That the cell wall, which is means the photosynthetic, that time we are getting our fourth kingdom, that is the planetae. Okay. Now this planetae means what? In this all the plants are coming, which means what? We are going to study in the next class. Because of what thing? There is means what? Bryophyta, Thallophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm. There are means what? So many subgroups are there. That's why we are going to study this one in planetae in the next one. And here is what? Without cell wall. That is means what? Animalia. Okay. This animalia means what? In which what? We people comes. Like human beings. Okay. So this one is means what? We got the five kingdom. That is means the Monera, Protista, then fungi, then planetae and the animalia. This one is means the first means the 5 kingdoms we got. In next class, we are going to discuss about the Planetae and then later on the Animalia. So, thank you.